This thing is done. Look at the tear right there. It's terrible. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to yet another vlog. Last time I tried to make that hill climb when it was snowing. If you haven't watched that video, click in the banner on the top left or link in the description. And I told you guys that the air suspension on the GX was going bad. I was not coming up, and the next mod was going to be conversion to spring. And that conversion, that little mod came earlier than I thought. It's been sitting like this for 2 weeks, guys. 2 freaking weeks. I had to drive another car because it's literally sitting on the bump stops and on the axle, so I don't want to drive it. This is the first time I'm driving the car in 2 weeks, and right now I actually just stopped by the office to pick up some tools, and I'm gonna go meet up with Fardot, and then after that we're gonna go to a friend of mine's house to get the springs, the Coil springs installed, because I missed my baby and I want to drive it, and I got the springs. Been sitting in the house for 2 weeks now, so let's get going. Also, I really don't know what's going on with Northern Virginia's weather. Beautiful, perfect spring weather all week long, and now it's 30 degrees, guys. 30, and it feels like 28 because it's windy as can't say that word, it's YouTube. But yeah, let's get going. Gotta get there in 15 minutes, and it's 15 minutes drive. This is what I'm talking about when I say it's really not possible to drive it, because each little bumps on the road is being multiplied by like 10, since the car is literally sitting on the bump stops on the axle. So I have to be really careful. Good thing I haven't driven this in for 2 weeks, because of good reason. It's really undrivable. It's just like bounce, 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 bounce. It's terrible. It's terrible. Look at this. It's terrible. You guys might think I'm sitting on a, I don't know, 18-wheeler or something, but no, it's a family SUV. A soccer mom car. It's bouncing. Literally, this is spring conversion should be your first mod if you're trying to if you're trying to daily drive a car. The airbags are. The airbag's gotta go. The airbag's gotta go. Okay, I'm gonna go drive because it's insane.
A few moments later.
Got the car on the lift, and we managed to take the 2 bad bags out. This is the conversion, and this is the bad bag. This thing is done. Look at the tear right there. It's terrible. The left one was still a little better, but I always had the problem with the left one, not the right one. But now the right one is out. So the next thing that we gotta do is disconnect the shocks to bring the axle down a little more, and then have the spring go in there. These are from, I'm not sure actually from where, but yeah. All right, after a few attempts, we finally got the left side in, and had to unbolt the sway bar to make sure we can actually have enough swing on the axle to bring it down. And then we're gonna do the other side and just bolt everything back together, and that's it. We finally finished putting the springs in. We did tie down the sway bar and put the shock back in, and all we have to do right now is to put the wheels on, and that's it. We are done. It was fairly easy, not that hard, not that easy, but fairly easy. And everything looks good. We double check everything. Everything is fastened. Everything is being fastened to the torque spec, and all we need to do is to lower the lift and call it a day. It did not take that much effort to change the airbags for the springs. These airbags look horrible, and I'm really happy to change them. Hopefully soon I can lift the car, and then we're gonna have better and more off-road worthy springs and shocks on. I'm really tired, guys. It's been cold in here. Like, I have no idea what's going on. Also, you can see there's a little M5 CS in the background, courtesy of Mr. Harold himself. Well, it is in fact a few days after we changed the airbags to Coil springs. I wanted to let the car sit a little bit more, drive it a little bit more to work and back, and give you guys a little bit of a review before I just post a video. Also, me and Harold ended up talking about some potential photo shoots and video shoot with his M5CS. So I'm gonna link him down in the description. Go give him a follow and thank him from me if you could on Instagram. Well, I believe right now the springs are being settled, and usually when you either lower your car or lift your car, you gotta let it sit after a few days, because the springs are basically metals, and after a few days they damp down more than they look when you first put them on. One good thing about this spring conversion is that when I'm recording something about the car, I don't have to turn it off, because that compressor is not working anymore to inflate my airbags, because they were bad, and every time I parked it somewhere they were deflating and I had to inflate it. The compressor had to inflate it again in order to get the car leveled. Well, now I'm gonna take you guys for a little drive to talk about the ride quality of the coil springs versus the airbags. I'm losing light, so I gotta get in the car and get going. Well, for starters, the ride quality compared to the airbags that used to be on the car is way different. It is much better. There are no sign of any sort of bouncing or anything. The damping is much more improved, and it just like gives a whole new experience driving the car with the springs on. And right away after I came out of Harold's garage, I noticed it. I did want to let it sit for a little bit to drive it again to see if there's any difference, and I'll tell you guys, it is much better than the airbags. I mean, the fact that there's no bouncing here, and every morning I don't have to wait for a car to come up and like inflate their bags is a plus. Some people say that the bags are more comfortable than the coil spring conversion or coil springs in general, but I think, I mean, my bags were already a little bit old, so I can't be really telling you guys the difference between brand new bags and a brand new coil spring conversion. But hugging these little bumps on the road, I can tell the difference. I can say how much more comfortable it is, how better the car is hugging those little bumps. It's way better than how the bags perform. I'm really amazed how a simple coil conversion could change the ride quality like this. Just now there was just one other bump on the road. It literally hugged it like a champ. I'm really amazed how better of a driving car this is now. After that little drive, I actually had some more crazy bumps on the road, and this thing hugged them all pretty amazing. I cannot express how happy I am with the result of the ride quality and how the car actually looks. It is finally leveled, basically forever, and I'm not gonna be worried about that little thing go down and trying to come back up every time I leave the car on, or basically have the car turned off, because every single morning, as I mentioned, I had to come wait for the compressor to work and raise the car up. Not anymore of that little harsh sound. Again, huge shout out to Harold for helping me out with this conversion. I'm gonna link him in the description, as I mentioned before. Go to his Instagram and follow him if you haven't already, and let me know what you guys think of how the car looks. It definitely sits way better than it used to. I believe it's a little higher. I'm not sure. I gotta do a side-by-side if I could find a older video with this angle. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. I told you guys in the last video that coil conversion is gonna be next month, and it was, as you guys are watching this video. Next thing I gotta do is to clear my front end so I don't rub no more, because I'm still rubbing with the bigger tires. So a cut in the bumper and a little cut on the frame is on the horizon. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, also subscribe if you haven't already. And with that all being said, as always stay amazing, and see you guys in the next one. Peace. Well, I just wrapped up the video and I'm trying to go to the mall, and I realized I forgot my wallet. And I drove all the way here without my wallet. Whew, that's not good. Not good at all.